Well, I'm Alan Dale from Gale Force Winds. Here I am with the Atlantic Canadian Aerospace and Defence Association at the Maritime Arctic Safety and Security 2025 conference. This conference is the one to be at. This is the gateway to the Arctic, and important conversations are being had in this room. It's unbelievable to see so many Navy folks, so many Coast Guard folks, so many industry folks, academia, everybody in the room having a great conversation. Thanks to our friends at the Ship Stop Here initiative for bringing this whole conversation to life. We certainly appreciate that. And on that note, why don't you introduce yourself, tell us what you do.
Oh, well, Alan, you know me. I'm Victoria. I'm the...
But the audience doesn't know.
Hi, folks. Victoria Belbin, CEO for ACADA, which is the Atlantic Canada Aerospace and Defence Association, and we are the host of MASS 2025.
Victoria, year over year, this conference grows, gets better,
Yes.
more sophisticated,
Yes.
the topics narrowing in. Such an important time to be talking about the Arctic, talking about defense spending. Talk to me what you're seeing this year.
Well, this year, this is all designed. We've designed it this way. We started right after last year. We knew how we wanted to present this agenda, and it was a lot of work, but we made it happen. And industry and our stakeholders and the Canadian forces have truly responded. A sold-out exhibit and a sold-out show inside. We started the morning with a panel, a geopolitical panel of the changing landscape on Arctic and maritime environments. We had Peter MacKay, the Honourable Peter MacKay, the Honourable Seamus O'Regan, and then we also had Paul Payton, who's the military director for NATO Diana. Wow. Our chair, Clark Bain, who's a VP at IMP in Halifax, moderated that panel, and the 300 delegates, you couldn't hear, like, it was incredible. All attention on the stage for a full hour. It was an incredible start to this conference.
We use the word gateway to the Arctic. Talk to me about this region and how it's so poised to be in this conversation.
Yes. Well, here we are in St. John's, Newfoundland. We're here in July. And Newfoundland and Labrador, as with the other Atlantic provinces, we are the most easterly point of North America. We are the gateway to the Arctic. This is strategic. We are strategically positioned to work with with Europe and through the Arctic and the capabilities that we have. We have the perfect environment for testing. You know, in Newfoundland and Labrador and some parts of the Atlantic region, we sometimes complain about our weather, but it's truly an asset.
Right. Yeah.
We have icebergs, we have ice, we have cold climates, we have storms coming through. This is the perfect testing ground for this, and we have the facilities where that testing is mimicked and simulated. So it is truly a special place in the global environment, and we're using that to get our message out. We're telling the world this is the place to come and do business. We have the customer here. We have Navy here. We have Coast Guard here. We have the Armed Forces as well as the Army. They are setting up shop here as well as international primes because they know this is the place to do business. So it's quite fascinating. Geographically, we're located, but the ecosystem that's being built in this region right now and the capabilities all throughout our 4 Atlantic provinces, we're set for something very special.
You know, I watch in the room and through the conversations that collaboration between government, industry, academia.
Yes, yeah.
But I also want to draw your point to a connection with community, specifically the Aboriginal community.
Yeah.
I had Chief Missile Joe on. The way he talked about the way the conversations are going in this room year over year over year, the trajectory is right.
It's
the
advancing.
Conversation.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
Yeah, the conversations are truly advancing. We started a couple of years ago in making sure the right people were in the room. Because if we're going to be talking about doing work in the North and the Arctic environment, we had to have people from the North, and we wanted our Indigenous friends to be with us to learn. to have the conversations about how do we do this? What's important to you? What's important to us? How can we work together? That's the conversation that's advancing inside this room. So the agenda this year is specially designed because of the outcomes from last year. After this break, we're going to have a panel on Arctic opportunities.
Right.
We have Gary Best, Madeline Redfern, who was with us last year. We have Leslie Canavera from Pole Arctic with us this year. And we're going to talk about doing work in the north. Then later, after lunch, we're going to have a roundtable conversation. We're going to have a presentation on Arctic governance and a little bit of learning for the industry. But then we're going to have the opportunity for everybody to have table conversations. And we're going to have some questions, which also helps folks be able to have a very respectful conversation and ask questions that are probably kind of burning in the boardrooms.
Yeah.
How do we do this and how do we do it well? The intentions are there. It's just understanding the pathway to do it.
Exactly.
Yes,
right.
yes.
Exactly right. You know, and this didn't just start today. You've been at this now for a couple of nights. You had a great event with the military at the Crow's Nest. Talk to me a little bit about that.
That was great. We've been trying to figure out ways that we can build those partnerships quite stronger than what they are. A lot of folks in our industry, as you are, have served.
Yeah.
And it's very easy for you to build a relationship with somebody who comes in a uniform. Not all of industry is like that. So we also want to have the opportunity for people who are in uniform to learn about the innovation that's happening. So we want to create these unique environments for those conversations and how we can work together, what the priorities are, how industry and the Navy, in this instance, how they can work together. So we worked with the Crow's Nest, and what a wonderful setting. And Sherry was there and did some video, which was wonderful. And we hope to do more of that as time comes on. And last night we were at the launch, which was one of Newfoundland's. We have 2 test facilities for NATO Diana here in Newfoundland and Labrador, and the launch is a gorgeous facility out in Holyrood Bay. We couldn't have asked for better weather. And there was an Arctic scenario. A couple of our companies came together and we did an Arctic scenario. It was a beautiful and very inspiring night to see. Yep.
So here you are. You started last year planning this. It's a tremendous success.
Yep.
There's no doubt about it. What's 2026 going to look like?
Oh, just wait.
Just wait.
We've already started on those conversations.
Yeah.
It's going to be bigger and better than this year. We're very excited about what MASS 26 is going to look like for sure.
Well, congratulations on this one. It's a fantastic event. It doesn't happen without solid leadership. I know you got a great team working with you,
yes,
and a great leader running it all. So thank you very much.
Thank you.